Well, I hope I look better than I feel. Yeah, I'm not feeling good. Now when with this COVID thing going on, every time a person doesn't feel good, you think, "Oh no, COVID." So this morning I took my temperature 3 times. It averaged out to only 96.3. I mean, and it's not like I drank a bunch of cold water or something before I did it, so I don't have a temperature. But I'm feeling woozy, very woozy, and dizzy sort of. And I just don't have any energy. Yesterday, my neighbor came over and had coffee. He says, "How are you feeling?" I said, "Well, I'm feeling kind of weak today." And I was, I'd come here to the model table and I'd take a few shoots and with the camera, and then I go to lug the camera back into the computer room and edit it out, and I do that back and forth and back and forth. It keeps me moving, and it was an effort, and so I knew there was something coming on. Last night I go and I throw myself in bed, and around 10 o'clock, I guess, it was just after I had finished the editing out and uploading to YouTube the 8K special that some of you may have seen already. And by the way, the reason I didn't post it last night when I'd finished it is because YouTube had not processed it or rendered it out into full 8K. But it had this morning, so that's why it didn't release until this morning, like about, I'm guessing about 2 hours ago now. Anyway, enough trivia. So anyway, I forgot what I was talking about there. Maybe I'm sicker than I know. Okay, I'm sitting at my computer now editing out this scene, and I was reminded about what it was I was talking about. Okay, so I had thrown myself into bed. About 15 minutes later, I remembered I forgot to turn the furnace down. So I quickly sat up on the edge of the bed, and the entire room was just spinning around something fierce. And I didn't even dare stand up for a moment. And so I thought, this is not good. Now, fortunately, I keep my walker right beside the bed just in case something like this happens. And this is the first time it's happened. Well, I guess that's just the way things are going to go. Anyway, I made it to the thermostat and back, and when I got up this morning around just before 7, it was the same thing. I was feeling very woozy. I used my walker to get around for the first hour. You try and carry a cup of coffee back to the computer room and use your walker at the same time. It just doesn't work out too good. Anyway, let's carry on here. I think the bottom line is I don't know how it's going to go here today. Last night I think I said something about I was going to just nip off the rest of these parts. Well, as you can see, I haven't done that. Everything is just the way I left it, more or less. Except I've added a few things to the list. I've checked all the suggestions that have come in, and I don't know if I'm going to get everything that's on the list. But keep the suggestions coming. In the meantime, we'll see how it goes. Might be a real short episode. At least there's going to be an episode. When I first got up this morning, I was thinking this is probably going to be the first day that there won't be an episode. Okay, let's just keep our spirits up. Okay, I have nipped all the pieces off the other sprue now. And I was busy cleaning up the flashing off of the parts, and I was going to work on this one right here. And I was remembering how when I did the other propeller shaft, I had nipped it off, like like right here. Do you remember? Okay, now what I'm trying to say here is that I was thinking that this one seems to be a lot easier to hold on to and handle because I had left some of the sprue on. In other words, I have a bad habit of let's say I want this piece right here. Well, what I will do is I will often just go and I will nip it like that. You've probably seen me do that 100 times. I have to remember to nip back here, and that way it gives you more to hold on to. Now, I know I mentioned that maybe a year or maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I remember talking about that before, but I keep forgetting. I gotta remember. Okay, what you're looking at here is enough pieces to make one boat. There's the same number of pieces in the tin here for the second boat. Now, I think it was Paul was mentioning he's doing the Nelson, and he was mentioning how that putting this, at least maybe I should find the comment, and once you get this thing mounted on the deck, you can't really see underneath here anyway, and it was pretty hard. He was indicating getting this thing in place, so it's going to be. I know we did these on the when we did the Bismarck, and I think we did these on the Hood. Anyway, I don't remember the propellers being this small, but maybe they were. Maybe. Okay, yeah. Maybe my ability to do this is waning, and so these pieces are seeming smaller. I don't know. Anyway, enough about that. By the way, it's 12:35 in the afternoon already, and I am feeling much better. My voice is still kind of giving out on me, but I'm feeling much better. So I'm fighting off whatever it was. So it probably wasn't COVID. I didn't do too good a job getting the surface here cleaned up. It was hard to hold on to these. I know it wouldn't have made any difference if I'd have left a longer section of sprue attached, because once you remove it, you're still ending up with this tiny little piece here. Now maybe I could have held it in the tweezers and cleaned it up just a little bit better. Okay, without the macro lens, you probably can't see that. And at arm's length, you definitely won't see that. In fact, you'll hardly even see this little funnel, or not funnel, but vent. Yeah. Okay, let's see if we can maybe put one of these together. Okay, we are ready. I'll try and keep it over the black dot. There we go. Wonder if maybe I should have something ready to sort of squeeze it together and hold it tight. It's kind of, it seems to me that if I hold it down right there, right in the middle, got a comment from somebody who was mentioning he uses clothespins. Well, yeah, they're pretty handy, all right. But I'm wondering if it might be a little bit too strong. No, maybe not. Yeah. That might be good. It might be just, it's borderline on too strong. I don't want to. Okay, let's. I wonder if maybe the extra thin quick setting might work out. I know that generally when I do this, what I'll do is, let's just carefully move some of this out of the way here. Okay, usually what I'll do is I'll try and get it just along the inside here. You know, this is where you're going to want it to hold together, because it's going to naturally want to do it. Okay, I think we got enough going on there. Okay, I'm just... All right, where's our clothespin here? Yeah, let's see if I can adjust the clothespin so that it's putting the pressure right on the center of this part right here. Now that looks good to me. I don't think we damaged anything with the fact that the clothespin might be just a little bit overkill. Okay. There we go. Let's just leave that for a few minutes. Okay, I'm back. I was noticing that this isn't all the way down. Just let it wick its way in there. I don't want to be putting too much on, or I'm going to end up dissolving. Well, this did work before. There we go. As near as I can tell. Yeah, the deck is for all the way down. It's seated, in other words. Yeah, that should be all right. Okay, now we'll wait a few minutes. Okay. I'm thinking probably over an hour has passed here now. There we go. That's not going to fall apart. Now, in what order should I be putting these smaller pieces on? Probably the easiest piece to put on will be this one right here. And the hardest piece will probably be the propeller and the propeller shaft. So we'll do them last. Maybe we'll do these three little vents. All right, let's check our manual here. Where exactly do they go? Okay, the funnel goes in this center hole right there. And our vents go one here, and one here. Let's maybe mount this on something so it's not going to be rolling around. Maybe these aren't the best tweezers for that. Well, maybe they were a better tweezer, because maybe if I grab it differently. No, I think they're supposed to be facing pretty much exactly forward. All right, now let's just put a little bit of extra thin on there and just let it work its way. You know, maybe what I should be doing, wrong tweezer. Put the extra thin in the hole first. Kind of clumsy today. Okay, let's just leave that. Does that look straight? It looks pretty straight. All right, now do the next one. See if I can do this one on the first try. I think it's down. Yeah, it's down. Okay, now, one more. Maybe we'll stick the macro lens on for this last one. That looks pretty good. Is it leaning back a little bit, maybe? I think it's supposed to be straight up and down to the perpendicular to the roof, not necessarily the keel. Oh well, that looks pretty good. Okay, let's let that dry. Well, folks, I am going to call today's episode quits. Yeah, turned out not too bad, considering the bad start I had this morning. Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll be seeing you tomorrow.